Welcome, everyone. Today, we'll explain Mad Men through the lenses of organizational psychology and marketing. By analyzing key scenes and characters, we will uncover how personal behavior, leadership dynamics, and workplace conflicts shape professional environments and offer insights relevant to real world marketing practices. For instance, Doug Phillips' comment to Roger Sterling about Neville Chamberlain smoking critiques how personal indulgences like excessive smoking can undermine discipline and credibility, mirroring how inconsistent branding or messaging and marketing can weaken consumer trust. Just as a leader's unhealthy habits can signal hypocrisy, a brand that doesn't align its actions with its values risks damaging its reputation and losing loyalty. In the staircase scene, Don Draper ascends effortlessly while Roger Sterling, after a night of long drinking, vomiting, and humiliated in front of a client. This vividly illustrates how personal choices can impact colleagues and an organization's reputation. Don's composure mirrors a successful product launch, well planned, consistent, and executed precisely, while Roger's lack of control resembles a rushed, poorly timed launch that confuses the audience and damages brand trust. The contrast highlights that discipline, thorough marketing preparation is crucial for building respect and achieving long term success. This brings me to the impact of leadership behavior on organizational reputation. Leadership is like brand management, it requires consistency, professionalism, and foresight. Rogers' behavior in front of clients damages his credibility as a leader and tarnishes the organization's image. The client's discomforted expression says it all. Inconsistent professionalism jeopardizes trust and future opportunities. In marketing, we know that a poorly executed campaign can undermine consumer trust, no matter how strong the brand. Similarly, a professionalism at the leadership level can weaken even the most robust organization. Trust, whether in a broad brand or leader, takes time to build, but can be lost in an instant. This is a reminder our habits and actions don't just affect us personally, they shape our colleagues, clients, and the larger world. Like in marketing, success comes from consistency, discipline, and the ability to align values and actions. Danny will now delve into Don Draper's interaction with Pete's blackmail attempt. Danny?
In season 1, episode 12, Pete's attempt to use Don's hidden past for his own career gain marks a critical point in their career development. Pete's readiness to resort to blackmail uncovers his immoral pursuit of power, while Don's composed attitude showcases his mastery over his past and his dominance in the workplace. This confrontation underscores the conflict between personal ambition and ethical conduct. With Don pairing Pete's blackmail with a posed and strategic retort proclaiming, "This country was built and run by men with worse stories than whatever you've imagined here." This interaction further solidifies Don's intricate persona. Don's handling of Pete's blackmail is reflective of essential marketing techniques, such as personal branding and narrative control. In marketing, the crafting of an appealing image or persona to a target audience is crucial regardless of the past failures, scandals, or issues. Don's approach to the blackmail parallels how brands safeguard their image and steer their narrative during potential scandals. The power to control the narrative is pivotal in marketing, especially when addressing competitors. Don's refusal to allow Pete to exploit his past signifies his command over his life's narrative. In a like manner, companies strive to mold the public view of their brand, often directing the narrative via advertising, public relations, and crisis management. As Don maintains his composure and authority to manage the situation, brands must exude confidence and uniformity to preserve the consumer trust even during their vulnerable times. The lesson here is that, similar to how Don establishes his Don Draper identity and discards his past constraints, marketers tirelessly work to develop a more robust brand identity that connects with their consumers. Brands often need to disassociate from previous controversies or failures and present a refined image that attracts their target audience, like Don, who defines himself through his present achievements. In season 2, episode 4, the tension between Don and Betty exemplifies the conflict between external facades and internal reality. Don holds up a facade of the ideal husband and father, yet in private he becomes increasingly estranged from his family. This reflects the challenge brands often encounter balancing the identity they present to the public with the actual quality of their product or service. Similar to Dawn, companies might project an impeccable image, but a misalignment between the brand's actions and values and the consumer's expectations or product reality can result in unsatisfied consumers. A company might present itself as socially responsible, yet its actions such as labor practices or environmental policies are inconsistent with their portrayal. It can undermine its image, and this is similar to the disparity between Don's ideal family and his actual fragmented life.
Season 2, episode 9 is here. Peggy also discusses with her boss, Don Draper, how if they had been handling the Playtex campaign during Marilyn Monroe's death, they would have how to pull it. This conversation reveals that Peggy's emotional response to Monroe's death aligns more closely with public feelings, showing her sensitivity to cultural moments. Her ability to immediately grasp the impact of such event to advertising demonstrates her understanding to consumer emotions. On the other hand, Rogers Filing displays indifference to the mourning of Monroe's death, showing her disconnect from the emotions of everyday consumers. John Holloway points out Rogers' lack of empathy, emphasizing his failure to understand public sentiment. This highlights a key issue in the advertising industry, the inability of the male-dominated field to fully comprehend consumer psychology, particularly from a female perspective. This is reveals a larger issue within advertising industry, the gap between industry's traditional male-dominated structure and emotional needs to consumers, especially women. A successful advertising campaign requires a deep understanding of consumer psychology. This includes sensitivity to cultural events and how they resonate with the public. Despite women being portrayed as primary consumers in shopping, their representation in advertising industry is nearly non-existent. Our lesson is here. This scene illustrates the importance of segmentation. In today's diverse society, consumer needs are more varied than ever before. The difference between men and women, as shown in the excerpt, highlight the necessity for even finer segmentation. Like Peggy, a deep understanding of consumer psychology is key to creating campaigns that stand out in a competitive market. Finally, let me summarize the key lesson needed to be a professional marketer. As Christina mentioned, to succeed in a workplace, it is essential to understand your colleague and build a personal brand as a professional. This also applies to products. To make a campaign successful, a strong brand image must be embedded in the mind of consumers. Therefore, deeply understanding of psychology of your target audience can be considered the key to success. This is our report. Thank you for watching.